Couldn't even see it.
You couldn't even see it.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of these crazy people that just eat me and can't stop talking about it. My name is Tom. This is Justin, and today we're here to talk about Easter feasting. What's up, Justin?
Hey, what's up, Tom? Is that what we're talking about? I don't think I really feasted today. I mean, I also didn't go anywhere though either. Nor did anyone come over here. So I don't know what that says about me.
You had a staycation Easter.
I had a staycation. There you go. Got my laundry done. So there we go. That's a thing. And washed my sheets and blankets. So that's such a huge accomplishment. I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. Probably not why people are here. But like, I'm sorry. Every week washing your sheets, I just can't do it. You know what I mean? I think like, anyway, I probably shouldn't delve too deeply in it. They get done though. It does get done.
Glad to hear it. Do you eat in bed? Do you get like pork chops on your sheets or something?
No, I don't. I've been really good about like only eating at the table. I don't even eat at my computer desk. I'm actually pretty, don't even eat at the computer desk. Right, right.
How do you game all night and not eat?
Just water and ketones, I guess.
Nah, I need more cheesy poofs. Man.
Now that's a diet. Oh, I guess the Cartman diet, right? It's kind of like the standard American diet, but one of the best episodes, well, maybe not one of the best, but it's the beefcake episode when he's eating the beefcake like shakes or whatever they were, and he got like huge.
Well, I had ham for Easter. How about that?
Oh, that's interesting. Ham.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my Kamaj.
Yeah, welcome back. Good day, Justin Thomas. Good day. I'm gonna go for Micamaj. So yeah, I had some ham. Well, I had hamburger before that, and I had ham at a family function, and then I came home and had steak.
Nice. Yeah. You know, so my brother used to work at Golden Corral, and for
that's
those
all you can eat buffet for folks who've never been to one.
Right, but it's like a down home country. Oh, it's the all you can eat buffet that put hometown buffet out of business. So my brother worked the meat, like the meat counter or whatever, carving up meats, right?
Really?
And yeah. And so my brother's also done some stand-up as well. And so my brother had a bit, but it was actually based on his experience at Golden Corral of he would be there like because they have steak for dinner, right? And he'd be there, he'd be on the grill, he'd be doing steaks, right? And they'd be like, oh, you know, how would you like this? And apparently there's a large number of people that would walk up to him and ask, hey, is that ham? And it drove my brother completely insane. Like he almost stabbed a person for asking, hey, is that ham to the steak?
If the steak was ham?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a bit. It's a whole thing. But like now, whenever I see my brother or whenever I have like steak, I always have to be like, is this ham? Can you tell me? Because it makes him go bonkers. And it's amazing. Yeah.
So your brother has a trigger.
Yes. Just go up to him and ask, is that ham? It's amazing.
Can't wait.
Yes.
I'll drive.
Doesn't work the other way though. Like if he has ham and you ask if that's steak, you won't get nothing. It only works one way.
So he has a very structured trigger.
Yes.
Interesting.
So whenever anyone talks about ham, that immediately comes to my mind.
Nice. So what did you back in the day when when you're around family, what did you guys typically eat for Easter?
I don't really remember Easter. I'll be honest. I remember getting like dollars in my eggs and quarters And I thought that was really cool. I think money eggs are better than chocolate eggs. So for those that have carnivore families, you don't have to put candy and chocolate in the eggs. You know, you can put a 311 CD. You could put $1. You could put like an MP3 in the egg. You know, you could mix it up. That's allowed. No one says it's not.
So you sent a link.
I like how you just like moved right past that, like without even acknowledging. That was amazing.
All right, I'll dial it back just for you. Did you actually get any actual Easter eggs with hard-boiled egg in them? Dyed egg? Eggshell?
Yeah, I mean, like there was no, yeah. We would do like hard-boiled eggs as well. Yeah, colored eggs.
Welcome to
Now,
the show.
the Latin folks or the Mexicans, they actually have this cool thing where like you dye the egg, you put like a little hole or something, so you fill it with like confetti or whatever, and then like you smash it like on your head for some reason.
Smash it on your head. I thought you threw it at your brothers and sisters.
Or that. There's that too. Yeah. Which that's
I'm
pretty
familiar
fun.
with this.
Yeah. Well, you are from Southern California, so
Yeah,
everyone from Southern California is Mexican. Just
you spend hours trying to stuff confetti in an empty eggshell, and then boom, it's wrecked in 3 seconds. So, yeah. One time
so wait, you just had ham, or did you have other stuff too? I mean, you said you had a whole meal, but like, what else was on the table?
Well, of course they had bread. I think they had croissants or something like that.
Ooh, a croissant is hard to turn down. That's pretty good. A homemade croissant.
Yeah, I used to love croissants.
I mean, what's not to love? It's buttery, flaky, like it's everything.
They had like the deviled eggs were like it's a boiled egg cut in half, and they've taken the yolk and mixed it with mayo and stuff, relish maybe. But I was like, I don't want no mayo. It's probably soybean oil. Probably get heartburn if I eat that. So skipped it. But I had my fair share of ham.
Nice.
So one of the, I don't know what you call it, step nephew, I guess. He pretty much just eats meat too. He's like college age, so I don't feel too lonely.
Just naturally, he's just like
yeah. He's not like, I don't even know if he's ever heard of the carnivore movement, but he just always wanted to eat meat. Thought the vegetables and all that other stuff was a waste of time. So
wow.
Yeah.
But did he also have a croissant? Like, because if you got ham there and some cheese around and a croissant,
I saw no bread on his plate.
Wow, that's impressive.
They told him and I we could finish off the rest of the ham.
And did you?
No, I just had one relatively healthy serving. You know, it was a ham on a bone, spiral cut, but it's still on the bone. So you're getting like these very irregular shaped sort of pieces on there. So it's kind of hard to judge how much it was, But
how was the fat content? Because sometimes they're kind of too lean.
There was not much fat on that ham.
Yeah, it's really weird, right? Isn't like a natural one? Like, shouldn't it be like an inch or like 2 inches of fat around the side?
Yeah, pretty much all the fat been cut off the outside, and then there was like a vein of fat on part of it, and I got a little bit of that. But and it had been baked, and everything. So after it's cured, so most of that fat was gone, And I think people prepare stuff that way because I think the fat's bad, right? So it's not like they poured it on the platter so you could dip in or something. It was gone in the trash somewhere.
Oh no. Yeah, it'd be really great to find a nice ham hock like that with the fat still on. That's probably delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Because ham, it's okay. Like, but I feel like kind of like pork. Like it needs it needs something else.
Mm. Well, you know, my buddy AA Ron, he took his kid out hunting
Mm.
uh 2 days ago. His kid's
Oh,
only 13. He shot a wild boar that was over 500 pounds.
holy
It's huge.
shnikes.
It's just gigantic,
Wow.
gigantic animal. So I'm looking forward to see how much fat's on that thing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But it's a big old wily looking creature. It's not like it's not like a Porky the Pig looking pig.
They don't even have to buy the kid food for the rest of the year. You could just have that.
No, I mean I think Aaron's garage is going to be full of freezers pretty soon because he shot a hog and they both shot a deer in Texas, and they've got amazing amount of meat coming. So it'd be interesting to see how much meat you get off a pig that big.
Oh, pounds. I
It's
mean,
got to, yeah. I'm sure it's like 300 pounds of meat. Who knows how much fat? So yeah. So I have to ask him. Maybe he could tell the processor leave some fat on those hams.
there you go.
Yep. So I was thinking Easter. It's again one of those holidays where there's a lot of candy around. I mean,
Right.
candy eggs, right? Plus
Peeps.
chocolate rabbits, Peeps. Peep is like pure sugar, right? It's like foam sugar.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Peeps
like
are.
people don't know Peeps are little candy chicken
Well, they're
chicks.
marshmallows, basically,
Yeah, marshmallows. There you go. Foam sugar, marshmallow, same thing, right?
and food dye and sprinkles are like
And their
glitter.
joke is because Peeps will actually take the ring off your bathtub if you got one.
What?
You can use Peeps as an abrasive. They're
I've
like
never heard that.
oh, come on, look it up. It's for reals.
It's like a scoring pad.
Yeah, it's like a Mr. Clean sponge. Just clean your porcelain with a Peeps.
That is, I'd like to. You need to pull that up. We should. There's got to be a YouTube video of someone cleaning their bathroom with a peep.
All right. So let's talk about Liver King while I look that up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you would have to pull up the video, wouldn't you? Or I'd have to put up the video. I can pull up the video.
Well, we could talk about it and then we can pull it up while I'm looking this up.
Oh, I think I've heard him around a little bit, but I never really looked at his content. A friend of mine who knows I'm carnivore, he likes to razz me about it all the time. He actually sent me this TikTok he did, where I mean he has quite the feast. It just looks like he has raw liver every day, if not with every meal. Although he might do, and the guy looks fit, like no doubt, like he's no schlub
Oh
or
yeah, he's
anything.
jacked and shredded
He's
and tan.
yeah, exactly. He's got the whole like caveman look going on though. The beard and the hair is a bit extra, but hey, you do you. Um, but I feel like people like him. I get it. They're doing their thing. It's their niche, the organs. It's the shock factor, right? And he had like 3 servings of testicles, I guess bull testicles or something, for some reason. And my friend sent it to me and said, in that case, I'd rather eat plants. You know what I mean? And so one part of me is like, hey man, you do your thing. But another part of me is that I feel like they kind of damage the carnivore. I don't want to call it a movement, but like what the rest of us are trying to do of like get more people healthy, get more people interested, get more people to eat more meat. And I think when people see stuff like that, they're like, oh man, I'm going to have to eat like raw liver. I'm going to have to eat organs, or I'm going to have to look like a homeless man. And, and it's not true, And so I feel like they, they do in one way a disservice. Another way I think they do a disservice is that he also, which all these organ people do, it's kind of on, you don't even have to guess now. Selling some kind of product. He has beast protein or whatever, and I looked at the ingredients, and it's fairly impressive. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's better than most things out there. But of course, it also has the desiccated organs. It has bone, I think, or bone marrow or something in it, which I think that's really cool. And then, of course, beef protein or whatever in it. And so it's just this, it's like a whole gimmick. It's like a whole thing. It's like, and there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, are you doing the shock factor with the organs to sell? Because people are going to shy away from that. So you're like, hey, if you don't want to eat the organs, here's my protein powder with the organs in it. You know what I mean? And it's just, it is what it is. I never try to guess a person's motives or anything like that. Now, my actual concern is that there seems to be more and more evidence coming out that liver toxicity, more specifically vitamin A in the liver, is making a lot of people ill. People that follow carnivore aficionados or influencers that do the whole organ thing, especially someone like him saying, it's a superfood, every meal, have 3 ounces of organs or something like that. And
let's drill down on that thing about people getting sick from liver.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you've mentioned it before. So how many people do you think are actually getting sick from eating too much liver?
Well, I don't know. It seems to be a bit difficult to put an actual number on it. It just seems to be something that happened to Mr. Paul Salad Dinosaur, Carnivore Aurelius, where they seem to throw themselves out of balance, eating too much liver, and possibly not enough protein, not enough meat. So it could be a combination there. He had a mad meal. He's a big dude. His body could probably handle that much. Again, this is my only video I've really seen of him. So, I mean, hey, maybe everyone's body processes a little differently. He's probably also getting very clean, grass-fed, organic liver, from a known source or something like that. Because the liver does process toxins. And so you can end up with some of the toxins left over in the liver if you eat it. Now, whether or not how well we're able to break that down, that's questionable. We don't know. And so my main point is just that it seems to be overall more harmful than helpful. And I've been kind of leaning in the direction of, I think all supplementation is probably more in that direction, more harmful than helpful, because you don't add something without causing some kind of reaction, right? And hey, if you genuinely do testing, which good testing is hard to do, are deficient, then I can understand. I just find it now, knowing what I know, a bit irresponsible to run around and tell people, they got to go eat their liver. It's a superfood, et cetera, et cetera. If you're eating carbohydrates and plant foods and stuff still, and you take a multivitamin, yeah, an organ supplement is probably right down your alley. And that's probably the best thing for you. However, if you're carnivore, especially an extended part of time, but it's probably going to throw things off rather than assist with balance, if that makes sense. That's kind of the take I've come to. And like I said, everyone's body is a little differently. He's probably doing great. I don't know how long he's been the liver king or how long he's been eating it, and again, how much he actually eats
how long
in a
has
day.
he been the liver king? It's an interesting question.
But sad for him, for his whole identity kind of being wrapped up into it, because if he did get sick from it, he doesn't really have anywhere to run, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Well, just shave his beard, dye his hair, and become a new character on the interwebs.
I guess so. I mean, but what's he going to do
Let's say
about
hi to
his...
Joe real quick
Hi,
since he's
Joe.
here. Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Happy
guys.
post-Easter.
Yes, it's Monday for us over here. Happy Easter to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joe, do you know what a Peeps marshmallow candy is?
Sorry?
Peeps, Peeps. It's a little like
I'm
baby
assuming.
chick.
No idea. I'm assuming it's Peeps is a brand.
Yeah, it's like a marshmallow that looks like a little baby chick.
No.
It's like a Easter candy here. And I was
No.
telling Justin the joke used to be that you could use it like a sponge to scrub your bathtub. Like that was
wow.
that was a joke / myth / supposedly true thing. So I was trying to look it up on the internet and I cannot find any hint of it.
Oh,
But
it
this
sounds
was a
like
thing-
it's a myth that's busted.
Maybe you can scrub your toilet with it.
Yeah, but
Wouldn't the water just make it fall apart and shrivel though? Because it's like a marshmallow. If you can't brush if you can't clean your bathroom with a marshmallow, why would you be able to brush your toilet with a Peep?
I wonder if they tried it on Mythbusters. I bet they did.
How was your Easter feast yesterday, Joe?
Beautiful. You saw the photo of all the steaks on the barbecue?
Oh, that was steaks? I thought it was burger patties because I grew up in the ghetto. But
No.
awesome.
That was it was a whole heap of ribeyes from Norm, of course, at Meat Station in Sydney. Yeah, so and that was absolutely sensational. We had that. We had some sausages, Italian sausages, which are pork. It was really nice.
Nice. Now, how did you have your steak cooked?
Well, my brother looked after the barbecue. So, yeah, it was for my liking. It was a little bit overdone.
Was it like you're
want me to
like
talk to him?
I was going to say something, but it might get us into trouble. But it was as crucified as Jesus. That's how bad it was.
Oh no! Was there no peak in the middle? Was it all well done? Or?
It was well done. It was well done.
Yeah. And with that barbecue, that's like an almost char.
I said to him, "Don't overcook it." He goes, "No, I won't." So he took them off, and I looked at it and went, "No, it's overcooked." Because my brother has a habit of when he cooks the steak, he's got to play with it like it's a toy. Whereas for us chefs, you turn it once and that is it. My brother goes, "No, but I like to."
You lost your sound for some reason, or at least I lost it.
Yeah, your audio cut out, Joe.
Oh yeah, sorry, someone was trying to call me. I was just saying he likes to always flip the meat, whereas for us chefs, we only just flip it once and that is it.
Well, yeah, isn't that common knowledge? I mean, anyone that's ever cooked a steak ever, like 5 minutes max, more like 3 though, just enough to get like a sear on it. Then you flip it a couple minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you see how I cook my steak. Pan's nice and hot. Throw it in there, turn it over, and you've got a nice rare steak with this amazing, sear on it. But no, my brother plays with it like he's playing with a toy. Turn. And typically, for some people, you let the blood come up. As the blood starts to come up to the surface, you flip it over, and that's it. But yeah, no. But look, it was nice. It was beautiful meat. Absolutely sensational.
Well, I mean, yeah, when it's great, high quality meat, you can be less picky of how it's cooked. There's always preferred. I mean, obviously, blue rare, medium rare would have made it that much better. But any seasoning, a little bit of salt, or did you salt it before?
Just salt.
Nice.
Just salt. Yeah. So once I went on the barbecue, a bit of salt, And that was it.
And how many did you eat?
I had 3.
Nice.
I had three nice steaks and about 4 Italian sausages. They're quite long. So yeah.
Nice.
And that was that. Yep. What would you guys eat today?
That's good eating.
Yeah.
Your raw meat and cheese?
Okay. No, that's fat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just meat.
Nice.
Nice little New York strip loin.
Beautiful. The best cut in the world.
You're still doing the raw, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I had a bunch of meat that Aaron gave me that came out of his freezer. Like that sirloin cap steak I sent you guys a picture of. I cooked that because I didn't know how many times it's been frozen and thawed. I think it was actually a butcher box or something. So started out there in Joe's neck of the woods, got shipped all the way over here. Was in Aaron's freezer and wound up in my mouth.
It's crazy though. I mean, can't you get nice meat over there? Why's it got to come from here?
Yeah, I think that there was just
stupid.
I think it was just, people in Australia are like, hey, we got some extra meat to sell. Those stupid Americans will buy it.
We don't have any extra meat to sell.
Well, maybe not now.
Because, no, we do. Actually, we do now because it's so bloody expensive.
Yeah, well, that's why it's so expensive is because they're charging us an arm and a leg.
Yeah, but why would you want to buy meat from butcher box that has been shipped over frozen?
Convenience? I don't know.
But you can buy beautiful. But you can buy beautiful meat over there at a supermarket that is fresh. It's hasn't been frozen.
I didn't.
I mean, it just it's just marketing. Sponsored by Sean. They sponsored the Human Performance Outliers podcast, a few other podcasts, and so when I started Carnivore, that's actually the first thing I did was I actually had Butcher Box. And, again, I didn't know nothing, right? So it's like, okay, it's straight meat. It's a fee, whatever, $200 or whatever. But like, you get so little meat, like it's so not worth it. And it's so lean. Like it's ridiculously
Of course
lean.
It is.
Like there's no fat on it. And the ground beef is like 90 or 93.7 or something like that. Just like turns to like paper. Basically like dust after you cook it. It's just so I did it for like the first couple of months and then I was done. I was over it. I was like, this is too lean. It's not enough meat. Like it's clean, like it's nice and all that. Like would I eat that raw? Yeah, out of the box and everything. I trust it. But soon you get so much more from the supermarket and you gotta add so much more butter and it's just it's not worth it. I try to tell everyone like to not do Butcher Box. Sorry if you guys are ever thinking about sponsoring us. I think we would reject the sponsorship just because I'm sorry. It's just, if they had more fat on it, I'd be more into it. But just it's so lean.
Yeah, but I mean, by the time they get the meat, because obviously it's got to be slaughtered, processed, then they receive orders, ship it over to the States, gets processed over there. I mean, how many weeks is it? It's I mean, you're better off just going
it's shipped, right? So how long does it take a ship to get from?
I'm sure they have a warehouse out here.
It'd be obviously be flowing over there, in refrigerated.
No, our last shipment from
cargo. But
our last air freight from Europe was $24,000.
Yeah, it is expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure they go and it's frozen and it's in a refrigerated cube, shipping container.
I understand, but I mean, why would you spend all that money on Butcher's Box when you can go down to your local butcher and get nice meat that hasn't traveled, for what is it, 14,000, 15,000 kilometers, 17 hours plus had to sit on a tarmac, plus had to get, go through customs, and then, you know what I mean? It's such a headache. And as Justin said, and I'm sure you pay through the nose for it. Yeah, it probably is nice, but it's probably nicer if it's not frozen as well, when the meat isn't frozen.
Well, now there's, white oak pastures, there's Piedmontese, there's a few other little companies popping up and stuff like that,
Support local,
which is
the best thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But, at the time, ButcherBox was kind of like the only game in town. I mean, there are a few other like high class companies and things like that. But as far as like a mainstream, high end.
High class, I think, of brothels.
Well, you guys remember at the beginning of COVID, or I'm sorry, the modern pestilence? I think it was in 2020-ish, early, something like that. They were saying that, there's not enough beef being processed in the U.S. There's enough cows. There's not enough people processing it. So they started bringing in beef from.
Wasn't it Brazil?
No, well, was that somewhere in Africa, wasn't it?
Nigeria?
No.
Nambia.
Nambia, let's see,
yeah, in Africa, right? And I was like, what the hell? I mean, it was another mystery, just like why ButcherBox sells so much Australian beef here.
Isn't it New Zealand? Is it Australian or New Zealand? That is New Zealand.
It could be New Zealand.
No, it's Australian.
Yeah, I think
it's Australian beef. Look, they'd probably get it from bits and pieces, but I think it was Australian beef. But I mean, you've got, for example, you've got beautiful beef. If you wanted to import beef from anywhere, you'd get it from Argentina. They've got beautiful beef.
Right.
Why the hell would you? And it's a lot closer. Why the hell would you import from, Timbuktu?
If you had a good horse, you could just ride down there and eat. Just saying.
Wait, are you riding down and then eating the horse? Just kidding.
No. It's not what the horse is for. Only when times get really tough. Yeah. So exactly. There, between Canada has cattle, Mexico has cattle. I've eaten Mexican beef before many times. So they have plenty of beef from Mexico. So you don't even have to go to Argentina.
Then you got to think of the processing as well. hygiene. How do these poorer countries produce?
It's packed in plastic and frozen.
Yeah, but you don't know how clean. Here we've got inspectors. Our quality control is very strict here in Australia for beef or for meat. Very, very strict. It gets inspected. They've got people always employed there to always make sure the standards are up, are at a high level. The place is always clean, sanitized, and people are wearing protective clothing. Over there they're probably wearing a pair of flip-flops while they're cleaning meat. It's so bloody hot over there. And
well, I hope they're wearing flip-flops.
Rusty knives. I'm just saying, it's just different.
Are you starting internet rumors, Joe?
I'm trying to get us more likes.
Not sure if that's how you do it.
It's rare, but every once in a while I see Canadian beef, which I hadn't even thought of it till I think I bought a prime rib roast, the whole thing, and I think it was Canadian. And then I was like, oh yeah, why they have cattle? They have a decent sized cattle industry in Canada. I'm surprised we don't have more Canadian beef, but whatever.
Can we get some moose? Can we get moose?
I was just about to ask.
Why not? I've got a pair of shoes made from moose hide. Where'd the rest of the moose go?
Do you reckon that would be lean?
Probably
dog food for sure, Tom.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
The moose hide shoes are some of the softest leather I've ever had. I'm not kidding. It's soft like lambskin, but it's thicker. It's thicker and just as soft. It's amazing. So I don't know. I had a college professor. My geology professor was he was a geologist, so he worked in remote locations. And I think one of his first jobs, he was in Canada, right? And it's a starting job. And he's like, man, I just got here. I don't know how I'm going to feed myself. And his boss, like, here's my rifle. Go get yourself a moose. And so he had to go out and shoot. And it's like somebody had never hunted before or anything. It's like, I got to shoot a moose to eat. And like, well, you're young and you're poor. You got to get by somehow. So I was like, oh, maybe I want to be a geologist. That kind of sounds like a good gig. But I didn't go down that path. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know why we import beef. I mean, it's kind of dumb. I get it. People in other countries got products to sell just like we do, and that they advertise the hell out of it, and some people are going to buy it. It's just
you know what, Tom? I think we need to get Chef Doug Farnsworth on to explain to us explain to you guys why they import meat from Australia when they got beautiful meat there.
You're not going to let him explain it to you too?
Well, I'm not the one buying imported meat.
Neither am I. Well, I did. I have. But, I didn't intentionally go buy it or sign up for, home delivered imported beef. And like I said, when I bought that one, since I bought the whole roast, because rarely you buy the whole thing that's come from the slaughterhouse, right? So I bought this giant roast, and it said on there, product of Canada, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I have gone to the supermarket. They will have, we have a lot of Mexican supermarkets, so no surprise that some of that beef comes from Mexico. And most of them label the country origin on the meat when you're buying it. So, but I bought it. I couldn't tell the difference. It seemed exactly like the other meat I get. So,
but I will say one thing we do import a lot of from Asia, apart from women, is
chicken feet,
seafood. There's a lot of but nowadays it has to be labeled where it's from over here. So product of Vietnam.
Well, they farm a lot of shrimp in, like, is it Thailand? I forget, somewhere.
Thailand, Vietnam.
Yeah, maybe it's Vietnam.
Vietnam does a lot, but I mean, they also send over the barramundi. It's a type of fish here. They'll get the eggs, send it over to Singapore. Hatches, they grow them, they ship it back.
Oh,
yeah, and because they were eggs from here, they can get away with product of Australia, although it's a bit of a grey area, isn't it?
And it's what kind of fish?
Barramundi.
Barramundi. So what's a barramundi like?
It's beautiful white fish.
Yeah,
it's really, really nice. I don't think we can get it there. We'll have to have a look.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's a very, very nice white fish. Very creamy flesh. So when you eat it, it's quite thick, very creamy. It's very, very nice. I quite like it.
Hey Joe, I know this is random, but have you ever had halibut before? The big flat? No. It's really expensive, and it's supposed to be really tender, I think.
Yeah, halibut.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you had halibut, Tom?
Oh yeah, you can buy halibut at the market.
Yeah, it's like $64 a pound or something ridiculous.
Wow! They're buying a tomahawk for that money.
Yeah, it's like the size. It's like the price of a tomahawk. Yeah, it
is. Yeah, it's quite expensive.
Hey, those giant tomahawks that I sent a picture of.
Yep.
Guess how much they were at the local market?
A pound?
Yeah, a pound. I was surprised.
I'm going to say $15 a pound.
13.
That's close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Was there much meat on the bone?
Well, the steak was sizable, but those had the long exposed bone. They're huge. So
because I've seen like here, they won't like if I get tomahawks, I've got obviously the main part, which is the meat, the ribeye part. But then you got the bone, but there's so much meat on the bone. It's like a meal in itself. But then I've seen photos of some American people on Instagram, showing off their tomahawks, and their tomahawks have been Frenched. There's nothing left on. There's no meat on the bone at all. So you're just effectively buying the ribeye part.
Yeah, and I think that's just the way they cut them, the way it's popular. But we could probably find some that are.
I would just go to the butcher and ask for them untrimmed.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Trying to see if they have barramundi around here.
But you know what I do like? Tuna. I had tuna the other day. Yellowfin tuna, grilled. It's beautiful. It's absolutely sensational.
Well, if you like the yellowfin, wait till you have the bluefin.
I've had bluefin before, but it's very expensive here.
Well,
bluefin is just
it's probably the most expensive, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Bluefin belly is the most desired.
If you overcook bluefin tuna more than rare, then you don't deserve to be alive on this planet.
Well, why even cook it? I showed you guys.
Oh that. Yeah, I mean, you can. Raw is beautiful.
Yeah, so when you get here, we'll have some. You can mow down a whole pound yourself.
Oh no problem. Is that another competition, Justin?
I wish we had that much
bluefin tuna. It's very, very nice, very expensive, but it's a complete different level.
Fortunately, I have a friend who makes the time to go hunting and fishing. So,
wow, what a good friend! But yeah, I remember, was it last year you posted this? You had a nice big slab of bluefin tuna.
Yeah, the piece I ate, I posted that picture of it. Was cut up when you guys saw it, but it was that big around and probably that thick.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect. It's kind of a triangular shape, so it's hard to describe. But
yeah, I mean that's more expensive than steak.
Yeah, I mean some of those prize fish, I don't know, they go for like $100,000 or something like that for a.
Sorry,
$100,000 for a bluefin,
and the rest. Do a quick Google search. Most expensive bluefin tuna. I think it was crazy how much they were asking per kilo.
Oh, like prize winning one.
I'm pretty sure they're hundreds of thousands of dollars for a tuna.
$200 a pound.
And they get up to what? 200 pounds? Something
Try
like that?
6.
Yeah.
6? Oh, wow.
Yeah, the 600-pound bluefin sold for $3 million in Tokyo.
Whoa.
So yep.
Yeah, I've never personally seen a 600-pound bluefin. I'm not a fisherman or anything, but I mean, it's something else just to hook a 100-pounder. It's a lot of fish. So,
I mean, it'd be nice to have some expensive meat. I'm just not sure if I could spend $3 million on. I mean, 600 pounds. I mean, it's a good amount of fish.
Yeah, but hang on. The person who's just spent $3 million on a bluefin tuna is not buying it for his family. They're obviously buying it for a restaurant. So I mean, they're going to make some nice coin on that. And especially being as I'm not going to say rare, because it would have been in Japan, but would have been a very nice tuna. They would have had a lineup of people wanting to buy it, wanted to try it.
Yeah. The people be going to the restaurant. Hey, can I have some of that?
Yeah.
$3 million fish, please.
Yeah.
I would.
So what, you make like $50 a pound back on it or something? Probably, huh?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be. It would be, and then again, you're not getting a big piece. You're getting a little square of it. It's like Wagyu, isn't it? I mean, you don't need it. You get a nice little piece, not a big steak.
Yeah, when you go on they do sell frozen barramundi here.
Hmm.
Do they?
Apparently comes from Australia.
Yeah. Oh, surprise, surprise.
But I've
Where's
had
that, Tom?
bluefin sashimi at a restaurant before, and I'm gonna guess it's maybe 4 to 6 ounces or something. And to a normal person, that's a meal. So
It's a snack.
it's maybe a snack. And that was probably the last time I did that, it was probably pushing 10 years ago. Trying to think. I know where it was. It was a restaurant with an old friend that never been to before, and they had it on special. And I bet it was $30 or something like that. It just came on a bed of that white. I don't know what's that white stuff, that white like stringy stuff. Some kind of radish that has no flavor or something, a root of some kind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name of it.
No idea.
It was just a bed of that, and then sliced bluefin on it. It was kind of pale for bluefin, so
Probably old.
It was quite good, but not much of a meal.
Did you have soy sauce? Did you dip it in soy sauce?
Probably, and definitely had some wasabi with
it. Horseradish. Just kidding.
While it's on my mind, I was going to ask you guys what sort of caloric numbers are you guys seeing on your watches? Justin, you got a Fitbit. You have the Sense. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Joe, you've got the Garmin Ironman something.
No, it's just the basic 45, Forerunner 45, which gives you pretty decent, numbers.
Are you talking about burning calories or food calories?
Yeah. No, how many calories is it saying you guys are consuming in a day? How much is your body burning energy wise?
Oh, far out. It depends, Tom. I mean, yesterday was, I think, 5,000 calories yesterday because I've been wearing it 24 hours. So
yeah,
obviously it calculates your calories while you're resting plus active as well. So I've been riding every day, back on the bike. Been burning quite a bit of calories.
So I was texting you guys that the other day I was moving furniture and stuff, and I'd gone. I think the total was like 53 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
And then I happened to look. I'd burned that was close to 6,000 calories. There you go. It's a very nice watch. Yeah, I can see it.
Is it blurry?
I got the reflection of the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it says that I've burnt so far 1,500.
Uh-huh.
Active is 578. Resting is 923, but that doesn't take into account my ride because obviously my ride, I've got a different computer that I use for that, which was probably about 2,000 calories today.
So around 2,500.
No, I'm probably close to 3,500 if I've done 2,000 calories. Yeah, and it's only, what time is it? 11 o'clock in the morning here. So I've got a lot more to do.
Justin, what kind of numbers you seen on your data?
Well, I pulled up my weekly, sheet, and it said my average weekly is 2,349, I guess, a day or a week. No, it's got to be a day.
A day?
Yeah, your average per day. Yeah.
Yeah. And then today is 1,997 so far. Now, there was a small chunk of time where I left my watch charging and I forgot, and I went up and did some stuff. So it's probably closer to like 2,200 or something like that. 2,200 a day. Now, this week will be really interesting because I was dog sitting, and so I was out walking around a lot more. So next week's report should be pretty interesting.
So low day for me is about 4,000. And a high day is about 6,000. And, the reason why I bring it up, because we've talked about under eating in the past, and when we were having a conversation with Emily, and she was talking about M's, I think she's 135 pounds, something like that. She's 5'8". She does a little bit of exercise. When she started carnivore, she had no workout routine. She lost 100 pounds in a year, which is an amazing thing. It's not typical results really, but she was talking about how much she eats, and she basically does an OMAD. So like she eats in the morning, she eats a half a pound of beef fat, 1 pound of steak, and 1 pound of ground beef. And it takes her an hour and a half. I was doing the math on that, and that's north of 5,000 calories, right? And she had never done the math on it. And she's like, yeah, I was, because she did that nice interview with Ken Berry, Dr. Ken Berry. And he asked her how much she ate. And she's like, oh, I don't know, probably at least 4,500 calories, And the thing is I think a lot of people don't realize how many calories or energy they consume. Of course, we use calories as an analog because we don't really have a better way to discuss it, right? It's not applicable in all situations, and there's some flaws in the whole caloric scale, but not shall we
it's like a BART disclaimer.
Well, I think we all agree that all calories are not created equal because they don't all have the same effect on our bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the right way to say it. But we still need some way to talk about how much food we're taking in versus how much we need. And I think that's why it's confusing so many people, why there's so many arguments. And there's a lot of people who are just like, calories a calorie, there's no arguing against it. And then it's a long discussion to talk about how calories were derived as a unit, and then what happens when they happen in the body versus the machine they measure calories in, which is a bomb calorimeter, and so on and so forth. But right here, Joe and Justin are roughly the same size, right? Justin's a little younger.
Much younger. It's much younger.
I didn't want you to feel old, Joe. But Joe's into cycling and running, so the demand is very different. Ben Parlo says, I eat until I'm full. I don't worry about it. Yeah, well, and my point being, Emily never worried about how many calories you quit. She never even thought about it till Ken Berry asked her, right? But the number of calories that a person might need could be a lot more than you would think if you never thought about it, because typically when you see dietary advice on packages, advertising, art, magazine articles, whatever it is on the internet, they're talking about 1,500 to 2,000 calorie diets, right? That would never be enough for Emily, on a daily basis. It's certainly not enough for Joe. It's certainly not enough for me.
But it's sorry, Tom. It seems to be like a lot for Emily though. 4.5. I mean, all that meat and fat. Are you sure it's 4,500 calories?
Well, let's say,
because I know fat's obviously got a lot more calories than lean meat.
Right. So, how many calories?
Why are you laughing, Justin? It's funny.
Half pound of
it just makes me laugh. I just think it's really funny. That's all.
Of what?
It's just, I don't know. It's just funny. That's all.
Well, it keeps showing me results for ground beef instead of beef fat. So, but we know that every gram of fat is 9 calories, right? That's pretty much the accepted number. And there's about 28.7 grams to the ounce, right? Right. So, where's the calculator? All right.
I think just because you guys are such math nerds, and I'm just like,
lazy.
So just 8
times 27, was it 28.7? Sorry, back up. 28.7. That's 230 grams. 230 times 9. So that's 2,070 calories. So we'll call it
Wow.
2,000 calories in fat.
Holy shit.
So then half pound of ground beef is right about.
Now, we don't know the leanness of her ground beef. At least I don't think we do. I don't know if she's ever said it's 80-20 or 90-10 or
Yeah, it's like
what
80,
it is. Which
it's 80-20.
Okay.
Yes, we did have that discussion about that.
Oh, all right. Very good then.
So let's see.
Carry on with your math project. I want to see your work though.
Well, and that's the thing. I want to help people understand how this works. So, let's see. I'm looking at ground beef, 80-20, half pound.
And mind you, she's eating that raw, so that's, you know, it's not like it's cooked, because obviously when you cook your meat, the weight is less. So this is the discussion I had with Tom. So
we got 2,070 plus 5. Oh no, she eats a pound, so it's double that. So that's another 1,000, because it's showing me 576 calories for a half a pound of ground beef. She eats 1 pound, so that's 1132. So let me check my math. Justin, check my math.
I know my eyes look Asian, but the brain ain't Asian.
Okay. And then her, you know, a pound of steak is roughly the same. So it's going to be anywhere from 800 to 1,100 calories worth of steak. So we'll just add the.
So she eats about 4,300 calories.
Right.
Wow, it's a lot.
Yeah. So she eats 4,300 calories a day, and you know, so
give or take.
Yeah, she measures it all out, freezes it, and then sits down and eats it frozen every morning. But it takes her an hour and a half. That's another point.
But does it take an hour and a half because there's so much, or an hour and a half because it's frozen? It takes a lot longer to chew it.
No, it takes
so
Emily, where are you? But I get it, because she can't eat, like, and I've complained about this endlessly. Like, I can't sit down and eat 5,000 calories worth of meat in a sitting. I just can't do it. But I never spent an hour and a half trying to do it. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't sound like that much.
How many calories is 6 Wendy's beef patties?
I don't know. Why don't you look it up?
You're the math person. You already have everything pulled up.
Yeah, but
you're sitting in front of a computer with a keyboard. And
yeah, but he's probably
like, you can't tell me where I'm sitting. You don't know that.
He doesn't want to move his hands because he's playing with his snake.
It's true. Because he's under eating and doesn't have enough energy. He's even blinking slower.
How could I undereat? I enjoy the devil's lettuce.
Do you eat after you smoke out?
Of course.
Damn,
you can't go to bed with the munchies.
Muncheries.
The muncheries.
I've got a kilo of lamb leg roasting in the oven as we speak.
Nice.
Which I'm going to eat once we finish. So what's that? 2.2 pounds. And that won't take me an hour and a half. That'll take me, I think, 20 minutes.
So you eat 2 pounds. How much of it's bone?
There's no bone. It's boneless.
Boneless. So you eat 2.2 pounds in 20 minutes.
Probably. We'll say half an hour. Yeah,
I don't.
Minutes, half an hour.
And I don't doubt you one bit. I really don't. But I can't eat that fast. I don't know why. I just
I eat very fast because at work you're always in a hurry to eat before service. So you're always, you know, I mean, my mum and dad used to say to me, "Why don't you cut the piece of meat instead of eat it whole?" You know, and everyone knows that I just throw it down without chewing. It's like a straight pipe.
Gotcha. Did your parents feed you at all when you were a child, or did you grow up hungry?
I grew up hungry.
So
That's why I became a chef.
Each beef patty is 4 ounces. So it's 8 ounces, 8, 16, so 24 ounces of would be, so 24 ounces of ground beef, I guess. Which is 2 pounds? No, just under 2. Wait, 1.5 pounds, right?
You math hard, my friend.
I do.
So it's about 700 grams.
Yeah.
Because 2.2 pounds isn't exactly a kilo. I think it's about 980. I think it is around there.
See, you could have done this so much faster than me.
Yeah, but it's more fun watching you do it.
And 20.
Don't strain yourself. Do you think it's that his generation just grew up without calculators, Joe?
Oh, we use calculators. We threw them at the pretty girls.
See? Did you ever throw a calculator at a pretty girl, Joe?
So 1,700.
No, that's from my phone number.
1,728 calories.
It's not that much, is it?
No. So, okay, so because I was trying to figure out, yeah, so that's pretty much the equivalent to 10 Flying Dutchmen. I can do it. Because you said that Flying Dutchmen are 2-ounce patties.
That's what I read.
But hang on, there's cheese on them as well.
This also has cheese.
Yeah, but probably different type of cheese.
No, it's the same cheese. And the Baconators have bacon on it, so that's extra too.
When you get the Wendy's patties that you're talking about, are they the square ones or the round ones?
They're the square ones.
Oh,
that's
God.
probably why they're bigger, right?
Yeah,
square. Yeah.
So yeah, so I can totally eat 10 Flying Dutchmen. I can do it.
Joe, do you like redheads?
It was my wife. No. Well, Belinda Carlisle was a redhead, so yeah.
All right, so he'll like Wendy's no matter what.
Or Ronald McDonald. No, just kidding.
Yeah, he was a redhead too, right? The
but not my type.
The mascot for Wendy's is like a Pippi Longstocking looking girl. So
okay,
just making a little joke.
I like it. Yeah,
she invented the square patty, I believe.
God, square beef patty. When I think of square beef patty, I think of spam.
Spam. I'm gonna make you eat spam when you get here.
No, thank you.
How dare you turn down spam?
Should make
you know
what?
We should do spam. We should do
the spam eating contest. Okay,
no.
We'll grill this. We'll grill the spam, and just throw some nice fried eggs on top of it. Again, there's breakfast.
All right.
I'd rather can I have Vienna sausages instead?
Yes, you can. We got them too. It's my survival food, just in case.
Hey, can we get to the Liver Kings TikTok? Really do want to go over that.
I haven't seen this Liver King, so I saw you post it. I've been busy, man. Busy. Very busy.
20 people send it to me.
What? No, they haven't. It was just me.
No, because I watched it and went, oh, shit, at this one again?
Dang. Shade. Ow. Well, you got to remember, I've done a lot of illegal substances, so my memory don't work too good. So
I'm not saying you sent it to me a bunch of times. I'm just saying I got it a bunch of times.
You know, Ben Paulus just wrote, spam gets too much hate. It's not that I don't... I've never tried spam. You know, so I don't hate it. I'm happy to try it. Actually, maybe I'll try it even live.
Ooh, there you go. What's the dish though? Is it a Filipino or Vietnamese wasabi or the spam with the seaweed and the rice?
Spam wasabi.
Yeah.
That's kind of a Hawaiian Japanese sort of thing. So it's big in Hawaii. So they eat a lot of spam in Hawaii because they had a lot of spam to eat, you know, because they're an island in the middle of nowhere. So that's where I had it. The people I knew that made spam masu.
That and pineapples.
They got pineapples too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think spam gets so much hate. I can't eat it all the time, but once in a while. And like I said, I mean, I live in earthquake country. You gotta like have some food and water on hand. Yeah, Pamparlos is right.
So is it salt? Is it salty?
Well, I get the
Is
lower
it
stuff.
Is it in brine?
No, it's just pure processed meat in a can. It comes out of the can shaped just like the can.
Right.
It's just.
And then you slice it down.
It's meat putty.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like bologna. It's kind of the texture of bologna, but it comes in a can. And it's seasoned different than bologna.
Yeah. Which we call Devon.
Devon, that's right. You have such a nice name for it. Used to have a friend named Devon.
Okay, I'll have fried bologna and eggs.
It's salty. Okay. I like salty food.
You're gonna have green eggs and ham when you get here.
Sorry. We have high meat. No.
High liver.
I'm gonna share the Liver King, but it's on freaking TikTok, so this is gonna be
all wonky.
Well, it's just a narrow image, you know.
So how much liver is this guy eating?
Constantly, I guess.
He eats it like every meal, like probably like 6 ounces or something.
Yeah, look, we used to, not every meal, but yeah, when we have liver, we used to eat a lot of it. I like liver. I really like liver.
Well, yeah, I remember you used to get from, was it Norm? You'd get the organ, the organ mix.
Yeah.
Heart, liver, and something, I think kidney or something.
Come on, man. I just ate.
Yeah. But I like liver. I like the taste of it. Just a little bit of salt on it. It's nice, you know, when you do some
From
eggs,
now on, when we
bacon.
have live streams, you guys have to bring something interesting to eat. Joe, get some Vegemite with some liver on it.
Oh God, please. I know I said I like salty things, but not Vegemite on that.
See, he looks good. He's really jacked. He's got the homeless man beard.
And of course, everybody says you can't look like that without performance enhancing drugs, but I don't claim to be an expert. So I don't know. Be pretty tough because that guy is huge.
Look, you don't know his lifestyle as well. He could be very wealthy where he doesn't have to work and he's just a gym junkie. And that helps as well.
Speaking of which, Powerball was 300 million. No one won. So I'm going to buy a ticket because if I could be really rich and just work out all day, I'd do it.
You get a share, right? You get to pay off my student loans.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Sugar baby.
Dinner I'm gonna have.
Can you guys hear it?
Yes.
Because we're going somewhere special tomorrow. We're gonna go on an incredible vacation with Little Queen and other boys. But first, we got liver.
How much hair do you think is on his balls?
Is king. Look at this incredible fever. We're gonna take all that pure marrow right out of it. And you already know we got a whole beef protein shake. That's not blended for some reason.
Yeah, why did he knock the bag on the floor?
I don't know.
It's his product.
See, I wonder how much supplements he's taken as well.
Right.
We got the olive oil on top.
And this is the thing with social. I know. I'll wait till this finishes.
We got the salad dressing.
I'll try and pause it so we can talk.
We got some Liver King concoction.
Okay, I was going to say, you don't know how truthful these people are. You know.
No, we don't.
And
You know-
it's possible that he might have been on performance-enhancing drugs, but now he's stopped, but been able to maintain still some muscle mass.
True.
You know, and I think this is a bit of and we've always discussed this. You know, this is a bit of a problem because people look at that and they want to be like that person there,
Right.
and then when they can't reach those goals, they think, well, this diet's full of shit and it doesn't work, and they give up and they turn to something else.
Right. No, and people have said they've been companies come to them and said, "Hey, we want to hire you to do we want you to, be the image of this product. So what we need you to do is gain, 20 pounds of fat or whatever, 30 pounds of fat, and then shred back down. Right.
Hmm.
And so they hire people for stuff like that. So I don't know, to be honest with you, I didn't look to see if Liver King denied using steroids or said he got exactly the way he is, eating exactly the way he does, or I don't know what his story is. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, and we're carnivores, so I bet I think he's gonna put maple syrup on his
Pork rinds for
pork
some reason.
rinds, and then throw some other weird thing.
Well, I thought
So-
it was weird. He has ground up ground beef or ground up ribeye. Which why are you grounding up ribeye, brother? With raw egg. Okay, I guess that's
Maybe he has
okay.
bad
But
teeth.
then with olive oil on it. It's like, is that just gonna be a sloppy mess? Like, how do you eat that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Liver King is this character, Bab Parlos is asking. And Miss Patricia said that Liver King and Paul Saladino, was it Paul Saladino? Oh yeah, Saladino, Dr. Dinosaur make $2 million a month. I guess out of their supplements.
Yeah, so I mean, their goal is to look good so they can sell their product. I mean, you're not going to sell product if you're, got a big gut and you're, look like a grub. I mean, he's his own marketing machine. Look at me. I take these supplements. Look at what I've achieved, and
Right.
And it's probably all bullshit. I mean,
can you pull up his protein? His protein.
I'll work on it, lazy bones.
See, and the reason why I say that,
Yeah.
Tom, is because I used to work down a couple of doors down from one of the best gyms in Australia called City Gym, and I used to see a lot of guys and obviously girls go in there and train, and and they would be so skinny, and within 6 months they were massive and they were on the gear. And then you had other people that were just had a nice physique, and you could tell, okay,
You lost your audio.
to the person on the gear.
Somebody try and call you?
No, my alarm went off because my roast is ready.
Oh shit! Go
Oh,
get
you
your
poor
roast, man.
bastard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the one gym I used to work out, there was a lot of bodybuilders, fitness models in there, and the one guy, I forgot how old he was, but I'm gonna say he was 25-ish. Amazing shape, but he had a freaking heart attack, at 25. If I'm not mistaken, he was out of town for a show,
Isn't it if you get your body fat below a port, like too low, doesn't that mess you up?
Yeah, I mean, when you got super low body fat, then because a certain amount of hormones and stuff are produced from your fat, your adipose.
I mean,
tissue.
because I've seen pictures of him, and he looks like 6% when he's in show,
Yeah,
or maybe less. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a quarter of an inch of fat on him anywhere.
right. Yeah, and suffice to say, those people will go through some really extreme measures to get in that condition. I have no idea if he took anything unnatural or, but they eat. Most of those people, I'm not saying that guy in particular, and I'm going to try to call him out or anything, but those guys are eating 6 and 8 times a day. And it was a lot of vegetables and rice. Because a lot of those guys would post pictures of their meal prep, and it's just like a table with just like rows of plastic containers full of vegetables and rice with a little bit of meat and stuff. And I saw him drinking all kinds of random potions. I don't know what they were, some, pre-workouts, protein shakes or whatever. I'm not even sure, a lot of them are real colorful or they look like milkshakes or whatever. So, guys, I should have brought another steak. I'm getting hungry again. Talk about all this food.
I was just going to say, I mean, look at Sean. Sean's natural,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and look at his physique. It's all in proportion. Everything's nice. And then you see other people that got bowling balls for shoulders.
Yeah, and I mean I could say that because Justin knows Sean too, so we've seen him in person. He is a tall, sort of slender guy.
Yeah, with his shirt on, you would never suspect actually.
Yeah. So and then you see him lift, and he is a strong mofo. That guy is crazy strong. And when I saw him at the rowing competition, I can't tell you guys what it was like being in that building with all those competitive rowers. That was probably the most. I mean, it was very different from like a bodybuilding show. These people are all like, super athletic. But even the women there, you were like, oh my god, there's only one. There couldn't be more than one other person like that on the planet, because they were all tall and very strong. And when you see him rowing, I mean, some of the upper bodies on there was a guy there. He had to be 10 years older than me, at least, maybe 15. I could not believe the upper body on that guy was just incredible. And he looked like a normal guy. Didn't look like a bodybuilder with all tanned out and a nice haircut and clean shaven or anything like that. It looked like an everyday dude, but the upper body on him was just staggering, and almost everybody there dwarfed me. I'm not exactly short, and I was probably, if we were talking about the competitors, there probably weren't any competitors shorter than me, and most of them were a lot taller. It was a different world. But yeah, those people were amazingly strong, and of course you got to have an incredible endurance just to do 500 meters, and some of those guys are doing 2,000 meters or whatever rowing. They're just anybody who's
Imagine their
tried
cardio.
that.
Imagine their cardio. How
Yes,
crazy, how fit, and for me, I'd rather be fit like that than be bulky like the Lion King.
The Liver King.
It looks like the Lion King. Doesn't look like Liver King. It looks more like the Lion King.
Well,
Lion King.
just back to the Lion King, Liver King for just a second. But he's showing off the testicles, pork rinds with maple syrup for some reason, and it's all like these weird little portions and everything. And it just, honestly, to me, it looks goofy. And if that was my introduction to carnivore or the primal eating lifestyle, coming from a normal, standard American or whatever, yeah, he looks great. Yeah, maybe you're taken in, but you try that for a week, maybe a month, and then you're probably done, right? You're like, what the hell am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if you're throwing maple syrup on your pork rinds, you're probably not making much progress. You might just be making yourself sick. So
yeah, I mean, that guy obviously
of,
works out like an animal, because no matter how many steroids or chemical enhancements you take, you don't get big without lifting.
Right.
So he might burn through that sugar in no time. But when it comes down to sugar, whether it's maple syrup, honey, fruit, candy, chewing on sugar cane, whatever it is, I'm the most convincing thing for me is that I think human beings would have been extinct a long time ago if that kind of sugar was available, because we would have died of tooth decay. I mean, I've asked that on videos before. It's like, how many cavities has everybody had? And once in a while you get somebody who's had none, or they've had one, but most people have had 4, 5, 6, right? And that kind of tooth decay so Joe's the exception because his parents didn't feed him. So
you can't get cavities from Vegemite.
In prehistory, that kind of tooth decay would have killed a lot of people, right? Because you get that infection and that close to your brain, and it's lethal. Much less you're in so much pain. How are you going to eat? There's no green.
And isn't there also a connection to heart disease?
Yeah. So your dental health is often related to heart disease. We see the same thing in dogs. They get a lot of plaque or calculus on their teeth, and they get infections in their gums, and that bacteria makes its way down to the heart and often affects the heart valves and stuff like that. So if the infection in your mouth didn't kill you, the bacteria that spreads to your heart will, right? So I mean, and I know a lot of people that or bodybuilders. Like, I mean, the Liver King guy, he looks more like a bodybuilder than a strength training
Right.
guy, a lifter. So those guys, it's tough for them to get enough calories in without carbohydrates, but typically the real clean guys supplement with things like white rice because it digests easily, you know. So, but who's surprised when you see a little maple syrup? So better than high fructose corn syrup, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. I think I used to buy that maple syrup. Actually, it's actually pretty good. I will say I used to throw that on my gluten-free paleo waffles. So there you go.
Oh, it's such a good vegan.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, I've got to run.
Okay.
All right,
Bye,
Joe.
It was
Joe.
nice recording with you guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
go
problem.
Have a
Go
have a
have fun
great
with your
Easter.
leg of lamb.
Well, no, I've got to do a couple of things, but
And next week bring something interesting to eat
yeah, okay.
for the
Nice.
video. We'll all eat something
Interesting.
interesting.
No, I'll probably go get a tomahawk. No, just kidding.
Up to you.
Oysters. All right, I'll speak to you guys soon. Ciao.
Vegemite, mate.
Yeah.
Bye.
Happy Easter, everyone. Ciao.
Don't eat too many bugs when you're cycling. So yeah, let's see what we got here. Ben Parlo said, but it still be engaging the glucose fatty acid cycle, Randall cycle. If Liver King does that all the time, he'll still get chronic inflammation and disease no matter his looks. And that's probably true.
Yeah, and I do just want to critique his product, just because it's not terrible.
Well, I got it up on this. Do you have it up? Because I couldn't find that exact stuff we were looking at that link for.
Oh yeah, where did I put it in the same link? It's
Well,
right under
when I went to the
video.
website, it didn't take me to that page. So let me show you what I got. For some reason, it goes here. I didn't see that powder.
Weird.
This is all the animals. So what we were the thing that Justin sent me to look at was that, oh, there it is at the beginning. I see how this
Yeah,
works.
that's it.
The whole beast.
Yeah, the
So
whole beast protein powder.
this is like the idea here is that he's taken all the organs, and blended them in with beef protein so that you can have a chocolate cow shake
Right.
or vanilla. This one's butter vanilla.
Right.
So,
And I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't know if you want to click on it, how it describes the beef or whatever, but the only red flag for me was the soy lecithin. What the hell is it called?
soy lecithin.
Yeah, that's the only red flag to
Emulsifier.
me. Yeah.
It's
It's
currently unavailable.
It's got monk fruit. It's got stevia, but I mean, that's kind of par for the course. Obviously, the chocolate has the cacao powder or
See,
whatever.
they heard us talking about it, and now it's not available.
We sold it out for them. There you go.
I'm sure that's what it was. All righty then. There goes our.
I don't know what the other products do though. I didn't look at anything else.
Well, I mean, at least the guy took everything: pancreas, fat, heart, liver, and all that, and put it into a convenient shake. Now, of course, if you're a bodybuilder, you probably are into shakes. It's a common thing. I mean, it's tough. So, like we were talking about caloric intakes earlier, right?
Right.
So, I will tell you that in order to get 6,000 calories in, I have to plan ahead.
Right.
And, it's not the same for everybody. Joe sits down and slams a kilo of whatever meat in like 15, 20 minutes. I mean, how much time, if you were talking about maybe going all mad again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much time is it going to take you to eat enough food for a whole day?
I'd probably do it in a half hour.
Seems like a reasonable amount.
Half hour. Yeah. I mean, I can, but I have to eat a lot less. So like, I'm probably going to chow down 1.5 pounds of like ground beef or stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to have to see because my lunch break is a bit short, although I am going to extend it to an hour soon So I mean, we'll have to see how this goes.
So you're not
I've
gonna eat
done
breakfast?
yeah, I'm not going to do. I might still do my raw eggs in the morning. So be raw eggs in the morning because I think that's less than 400 calories, which technically does
Well,
not
how
break a
many?
fast. 3 raw eggs.
Oh yeah, that's not even 150 calories.
I think it's like 200, like 203.
I thought a chicken egg was like 46 calories or something.
So it doesn't really break the fast, and I feel like it's just a lot of vitamins and fat for the body. So I don't.
Did you
So
freeze? Oh.
so my plan is still three raw eggs in the morning after my workout, and then I'll just have lunch and then just not eat until raw eggs the next morning.
So you're gonna use that rule that if it's under, oh, it's 75 calories per egg.
Okay, so 7. Yeah, so it's right under 300
Or just over 200.
or just over. I guess that's more accurate. Just over
Like
200.
225.
Yeah. Yeah, so under 400 calories is considered still a fasted state by I don't know who. But
So
it's
not
something
so by somebody's standard, you're fasting, but not
Yeah.
everybody's.
right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so I'll be doing that plus a meal.
So you're doing too mad.
No, I'm doing 3 raw eggs and a meal.
All right. 3 raw eggs and a meal.
3 raw eggs and a meal. And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, you know, I haven't had any cottage cheese in a while. I might try that again.
And hopefully I can get my body
That part
fat
of it.
percentage down a couple of percentage points.
Why?
Because I need to look like the Lion King.
Oh, okay. Well, you should probably go to the hardware store and get some chains, some real thick, heavy anchor chain, and wrap around your neck, man, because that's how he works out.
The Lion King?
The Liver King. Yeah, you never seen him work out?
I've never seen him work out.
Holy cow! Yeah, that dude's like running around with big old wads of chain around his neck. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, maybe. We'll see that. I'll start where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how tall he is. He's probably over 6 foot or like 6 foot.
I don't know. A lot of those dudes are short. You can't tell. And you know, the shorter you are, typically the easier it is to look more muscular, right?
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with me?
You just don't lift enough weight, dude. If you want to look all buffed out, you got to do all kinds of hypertrophy type weightlifting, man. So the only way to do it. All kinds of specialty exercise will make all the little muscles pop.
Pop, pop. All right. Well,
eat more.
Let's start with this. And let's see where this goes. Again.
You're not going to do it with your 2 med.
3 raw eggs. Well, I feel like I've bulked up. I feel muscular. I'm literally just trying to get rid of my trouble spot.
Yeah, I mean, you telling me the other day you want to look like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I say a lot of things. I'm like a child. It's like I'm going to be a fireman, then an astronaut, then a policeman, then a hooker. It's all over the place.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said I wanted a good way to turn plastic bottles into giant Lego blocks, and you said I was does the most autistic thing I ever said.
Yes.
There's a compassion, man. Crazy talking, 3 egg drinking, pound of meat for lunch, Justin.
Yeah, that's not insulting. If you take that as insulting, that means you look down on autistic people. That has nothing to do with me.
Why can't it just be a genius idea?
I'm not. I think a genius idea has to make you money.
That could make money.
I'm not sure. Maybe
What if you could just stick a random plastic bottle that you would have normally recycled in a little machine and it turns it into something else?
Okay, that's completely different. You're
That's what
talking
I was
about
talking about. It was when we make Lego blocks, Lego style blocks out of clear plastic bottles.
Okay, but saying I'm gonna build a machine that's able to do that's next level.
Oh, so I didn't put enough nuances in there.
No, you didn't. You just said plastic bottles into Lego blocks.
Or that's all you heard.
No, that's all you said.
Mr. Short Attention Span.
Hey, I'm a therapist. I have great listening skills.
Not with me, though.
That's because you call me when I'm half intoxicated and falling asleep most of the time. But hey, I remember and then watch the podcast the next day. Lisa Wiederman on the Power Project. Did you finish it? Because I finished it. All 1 hour and 55 minutes. So
she did say that was a long ass interview.
I was surprised she didn't have to go to the bathroom.
I was so excited when I saw her on there. I started texting her before I actually watched the whole thing. So, and we'll just throw this out there. Justin's planning on coming out. Joe's coming all the way from Australia. We want to have a
late September.
We want to have a Flying Dutchman eat down. We're going to try and make it a meetup. And then we're thinking about maybe a second meetup at some sit down restaurant. And we're going to try it. We'll see. Maybe Dr. Lisa will come out. Maybe we can lure Sean down from the great Northwest. Maybe our locals, like, well, let's
Charmaine.
See. Yeah, maybe we can find Charmaine.
And it's all going to be live on this channel. So stay
maybe we can
tuned.
get our buddy Janice from NoCal to come down. Maybe Bella will come back. And then I know a few others. What's that guy's name? Chris. I met him at some of the LA meetups. Maybe even Judy Cho will come. I saw her at a meetup in LA not that long ago. I know she moved to Texas, but and then I always forget how to say this girl's name. Haley. She's a CrossFitter, and her husband David. I always see them there. And then God, there's a handful of people that always go to the LA stuff. So hopefully we'll get them all together, get them we'll meet at an In-N-Out, and then we'll try and meet at another place. But
$1,000 cash prize for the one that
is that right?
Flying Dutchman. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
Well, there's $100 buy-in.
Is that how we're doing it?
That's how we're
planning
doing
this on air.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if we should talk about that. We're probably breaking some kind of law.
It's not gambling. It's a tontine, completely legal.
Man, you can have the Bunko Squad on us in no time.
Just kidding, FBI agent that watches our channel. Hey, I paid my taxes. I got the receipt.
All right, so we're gonna try and put together a couple of meetups. One of them will definitely. I'll call In-N-Out and see if I can get some cooperation. I don't know if they want.
Maybe they'll sponsor it. Maybe we get a sponsorship. Ask them. Go down to the college, the In-N-Out College in Baldwin Park. Be like, sir, can I speak to Mr. or Miss In-N-Out?
Well, they're very friendly, so we'll just call them up and tell them what we're thinking about doing. See if they're going to cooperate or they're going to shoo us off the property.
Yeah. Make sure that they are willing to do 3 orders of 10 Flying Dutchmen or more.
Minimum, yeah.
We're
gonna each order 10, but Joe says, "Oh, I can eat all that, no problem." So maybe Joe has to order 15. I don't know. And we want to do it where there's enough room. Well, because they probably wouldn't want us filming inside.
Right, we have to do it outside or take them to a park or something.
We'll do it outside in one of the ones where the people ordering their food are sitting in their cars watching us.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be.
I'm gonna dip mine in water. I'm gonna do it the Iowati style.
It's gonna be rough for me being out eaten by Dustin and Joe, but I'll take one for the team. What's up, Team Mach 5? Nice for you to join us. Yeah. So, anyways, probably wrap this all up. And yes, Liver King kind of does a junkyard dog thing with a giant chain around his neck. What's not that uncommon for bodybuilders to do stuff like that. So, even our little buddy Charmaine, when she was CrossFitting, would run through the forest with a log on her shoulder. So, anything heavy will do. Yes, I'll invite Sean, see if I can get him to come. So I will let him know. I tried to get him to do that video with Dr. Carlo. I asked Sean, and Sean's like, well, I'm going to be on a plane to Dubai. So I told him, you know what? That's about the best excuse I've ever gotten for not showing up to a video. And then lo and behold, he released a video and he was in Dubai.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Telling the truth.
I guess so.
Honest. We'll call him Honest Sean from now on.
Did he eat camel? What kind of meat would be in Dubai?
I don't know. They probably have everything there. It's like it's all mostly rich people, right? It's like rich people go.
Well, yeah, but aren't they under a Muslim theocracy?
Yeah, probably. So probably not so much on the bacon.
Right.
So T-Mox says you spent $70 for 3 ribeyes. That's getting pricey.
Ooh.
I hope they were good ribeyes. Vamparlo says he's sticking to the gym weights and the pulleys and no logs. Fair enough. I never like getting splinters in my shoulders. So. And chain has gotten expensive. The price of chain is off the chain. You heard it here first. Damn it, is the price of steel gone through the roof. So, anyways, yeah. So maybe some of you guys will make it to Southern California for our meetup. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll record it, if not do it live.
Yeah, we'll try to do it live from like everyone's phone. You know, I know I'll have my phone. I'll be recording.
We'll do it on multiple channels. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Instagrams, channels, whatever.
Might have to change my name.
What do you mean?
Can't necessarily be seen on camera with everybody. I'll have to wear a disguise.
You could be Dr. Robotnik.
I will. He has one. Does he have one lens that's a different color or something?
No, they're both red. you are Dr. Robotnik. 100%.
All right.
You just need the big red coat.
Big red
white
coat.
Gloves. Yeah.
White gloves.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Yeah. Hey, Halloween just around the corner. You can start working on your costume now.
That's right.
I'm gonna be Hello Kitty.
I'm sorry. You better show up on camera dressed as Hello Kitty.
Okay. It's gotta happen now.
Brad Parlos is trapped in New York City.
Ooh, do not envy you. Does that mean this podcast is a New York minute?
Right. I wonder if he knows Chris.
I can't believe what he put on the internet, what he said. Like, man, that was...
What, his video?
Yes.
He's going to wear a diaper. It's big in Japan.
I guess for different reasons. Whatever you got to do. I mean, my heart goes out to him. Nothing but love.
Yeah, I think Chris is on Staten Island or where was
Rhode Island.
No, not Rhode Island. He's in New York. Damn, Justin. He's on Staten Island or what's the other island? I forget. Anyways. Well, let's wrap this one up. We got an hour 40 in the can here.
So, slowly making our way to our 8-hour stream. It's going to happen.
Line something interesting to eat up for next week's video.
Okay.
All right.
That's my homework. Okay, Mr. Dr. Robotnik.
That's right.
All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like our channel, subscribe, hit that
Smack
like
that
button.
like button.
Make sure you hit that bell notification with the ribeye if you can afford it. If not, throw some brisket on there or just throw a bone to the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go live, as well as
Natural born killer glasses. That's a good one.
or whenever we post a new video. We're kind of falling behind on our short ribs, but we'll catch up here shortly.
Shortly we'll get on them short ribs.
We got to have some New York minutes to work with here. But thanks for joining us. Enjoy. Have a great week.
Love you too, T-Mock 5, Carnivore Bros, and Broettes.
And
eat some meat.
Feel better.
Whatever you do.
Don't fall down the liver hole.